Hello and welcome back to Bombchu Gaming News. My name is Chris, and I'll be covering some of the news from this week that we found interesting. Indie game Phasmophobia might end up staying in early access longer than expected. Phasmophobia was a surprise hit when it launched back in September, and fans have been eager to see more content added to the game before it leaves early access. Recently, developer Dean Nider spoke to IGN about the game's success and future of development, stating, quote, "I was originally planning the early access to be short, where I just added a few more maps, ghost types, and equipment. However, due to the game's popularity, everyone's expectations are increased, so I'm going to have to reconsider my plans for the game's future," end quote. For now, the focus is on bug fixes and server stability, with Dean Nider stating that the next update will be focused almost entirely on fixing these issues. Once the game is running more smoothly, content updates will come next, most likely bundled together in a big update instead of trickling out one at a time. While details on this planned content weren't given, one thing we do know for sure is that it will not include the once-rumored PvP mode. While the idea of having 4 human players hunting one human-controlled ghost was teased by Dean Nider at some point, they have since stated that this mode won't be coming to the game, at least not anytime soon, stating, quote, "Right now, I have no plans to add another game mode, as it would turn the game into something completely different, and push the game away from what I want it to be. I want the game to remain 4 players versus 1 AI, and balance the game, then add new features around that style of gameplay," end quote. While I think being able to play as a ghost to scare my friends sounds amazing, it is good to hear that Phasmophobia will focus on making the game as tight and polished as possible, before adding new and different types of content. As it stands, I've personally been having a ton of fun hunting ghosts and screaming in fear while playing Phasmophobia, and I can't wait to see how this game develops over the coming months. The Friday the 13th game is losing dedicated server support as the developers prepare the game for its final farewell. Developer Gun Media announced that they would be shutting down the dedicated servers for the game, reverting to only peer-to-peer based matchmaking. Gun Media also stated that the database servers would remain active, allowing players to continue earning experience and unlocking different characters and perks. They also announced that they would be permanently enabling double XP to help the remaining players unlock any remaining items. While there's obviously no new content coming before the shutdown, there will be a final patch for the game. This last patch will be focused on fixing as many bugs as they can, hopefully leaving the game in as solid a playable state as they can before support is officially dropped. In a final note, Gun Media's lead community developer Matt Shotcha stated, quote, "The team at Gun wants to thank each and every player and fan that has made Friday the 13th the game it is today. We know this news is hard to hear, despite being inevitable. We appreciate each and every one of you," end quote. The inevitability of this news regards the various lawsuits surrounding the rights to the Friday the 13th series. The start of these lawsuits put the game's future into question almost immediately, halting any attempts at adding any new substantial content to the game. Combined with the various bugs and glitches that have plagued the game since launch, and Friday the 13th was never the most perfect experience. However, as a lifelong Friday the 13th fan, I had a lot of fun with this game, and continue to do so even today. Hopefully this isn't the last we see of Jason Voorhees in the world of video games. And those are the headlines that caught our eye for this week. Make sure you let us know your thoughts on the news in the comments below, and we'll see you again next week. A huge shout out and thank you to Michael Slater, Blake Harms, and all of our other glorious patrons over on Patreon. Your support is what makes shows like this one possible. Thanks for watching.